Wherever the red dot goes, you bang.
Jason belongs in hell, and I'm gonna see that he gets there. Wake up, middle of the night, screaming my brains out. Get high, middle of the afternoon. No way, can't stop thinking about you.
I gotta get this deal out the way. Where's it at? Hold on. I got a thing in front of me I gotta get rid of. Oh, there we go. Hey now. Hey now. Can you guys hear me all right? I think I got the mic set up. Let's see. Audio. Check. Hey, 1, 2. Yeah, you guys should hear me just fine. What's up, people? I got a little bit of time. I figured let's hop on and hang out. What you guys up to today on a lovely, chilly Saturday afternoon? It's cold by me. Shoot, man, I tell you. I'm freezing. It is cold. Who we got here today? What's up, DJ Donnelly? John McCullough. What's up, John? Luane Thomas. Is that how you say it? I apologize. Leuan. Luane. I don't want to mispronounce your name. Tell me how to say your name so I could address you properly. What's up, Brandon Bullock? Jonathan's. What's up, Scatterbrain? Happy Sanjo. Freak a Foe. Nuclear. Sam Thomason. Josh Caspa. Yo, Christian, what's up? I'm gonna have cat's eyes stuck in my head for the rest of the day. That's a cool song. I like that song a lot. You can hear me. Good deal. What's up, Andy Phillips? Jonathan Davis. Excuse me. Ain't no butterflies. Albany Saratoga comic movie and vinyl collector. What's up? Go Cubs. That's right. What's up, Nuclear? Rocking a Cubs hoodie. What's up, Corey Ross? How you doing, man? Love the hoodie. Thank you. What got you into horror movies? It's a twofold answer. Part one of that is my grandma. She was a big Stephen King and Dean Koontz novel fan. She loved reading the books and all. And she introduced me into horror with Child's Play and things like that. And then the second thing, when I got obsessed with horror and watching as many cool films as I possibly could, was in high school. I took a trip to Spirit Halloween in 2008 or 9, and I really enjoyed it, and it got me interested in all these characters from all these movies I knew about, but I never really went on my way to see yet, and that opened the door to me going to Blockbuster and renting the Nightmare on Elm Street films, which is my favorite franchise now, and it opened the door to me just getting into all kinds of films. And after I watched all the big mainstream slasher films, the Fridays, Nightmares, Halloweens, then I got into Reanimator and Return of the Living Dead, and those films really broke down the doors for me to get into all kinds of stuff. So that's the two-part answer right there. I really recommend White Fire. If you haven't seen it, just watch the Arab Blu-ray Night. Very nice. Looking at horror merch t-shirts. I do that. I do that all the time. Hi, Christian, sending love from the UK. Thank you, Andy. Cheers. Got a Diet Pepsi. CHH, if Neve Campbell continues to make more Scream films, does this say anything about the status of her career? I don't know. That's a good question because I don't know what else she's really been in lately. And I don't know if that's because she's a mom and she's just doing her thing and she's not really interested in being in a bunch of stuff, or if she's stage acting, or if she's on television shows that I just have no idea about. I can't really answer that. Now, I take it she's not a person that just needs the money. Otherwise, she would just be doing a bunch of horror movies, because that seems to be what actors do when they need work, is they just do a bunch of horror films because they can get casted in those easier, I guess. I don't know. Scream's an interesting animal because this one did well, so I could see her being in another one. She liked the script. A lot of people liked the script for that one. They were nervous to do it because of Wes not being around. So I don't know. I don't know that it says much about her status of her career as much as the franchise is still viable and she's a big part of it. So she's going to continue to do them if she enjoys it, that is. So I don't think there's really a black and white answer about that, Apollo. So Always love seeing the streams. Thank you very much. What's up, Physical Media Agent? How you doing? Watching Vault of Horror. It's pretty good. I saw Scream last night at the theater. 8.5 out of 10. Wow, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Thoughts on Panic Room finally coming to 4K? That's cool. I like that movie. What's up, Christian? Love that Puppet Master set you just got. Thank you. Oh, it's beautiful. That set is just gorgeous. What's up, Mr. Ghost 84? How you doing? What's up, bro? How's it going? It's going good. It's cold in Portugal as well. Just watched the original Salem's Lot on Blu-ray. Love that movie. Love that movie. TV movie, whatever you want to call it, miniseries. I just call it a movie. You know, love Salem's Lot. That is a good cover. Does get stuck in your head. Thank you. No, I'm not from Illinois. I'm just a big Bears and Cubs fan. I'm a big Chicago fan. I like the Cubs, Blackhawks, Bears. Just watched Scream in the cinema, and it was dope. After that, bought a German steelbook of Scream 4. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The 80s rental boom is what got me hooked to horror. Very nice, Jonathan. Stephen King was my gateway into horror as well. I read Christine when I was about 12 years old, and I was hooked. Very cool. MJ's Thriller music video, 13-minute cut when I was 5 years old, got me to horror. Oh, that's awesome. Do you like I See You? Total Meltdown, are you referring to the Stallone movie from like 2002 or 1? Early 2000s? Are you referring to that movie? What's up from Austin, Texas? What's up, Julian? What are your thoughts on a Nightmare on Elm Street Legacy sequel with Robert Englund? Not sure if you've answered this before. I don't know. I think he's just... My worry is that even in makeup, you can tell that it's a man in his early 70s playing the role. Granted, it's like excuse me. Robert is Freddy. There's no denying that, but I do think that there could be other people that could do it at this point in time. Selfishly, I would be like, let Robert do it because he's the man. I love him, and I don't think he's old enough to where he'd be decrepit and couldn't do the job, but I just don't know. The movie would have to be tailor-made for him to I don't know. I really don't know. I would love to be totally wrong and he does another one and he's just the best he's ever been. But it's hard to say. I'm not against another person doing it again. I thought Jackie was fine. The movie was just a little flat, but I don't know. Jesse, I don't know. The thing about Nightmare is it's to say something that's totally obvious is it's not like Halloween where you could just throw another guy in that mask and hopefully they just have an aura about them. We're talking about a character. Robert Englund's name is synonymous as Freddy at this point. Everybody knows Robert Englund is Freddy. So I just don't know. Maybe there's a reason they haven't remade Rocky yet. You know, I mean that's Stallone. Not even though they've remade Nightmare. My point is, it's just like at a certain point, it's just like, damn. I don't know. We'll have to see. What's up, Marco? Thoughts on Constantine? I need to see that again, Jonathan. It's been a hot minute since I've seen it. Sam's going to be seeing Scream this week. Very awesome. Hope you enjoy it. Have you seen Nightbreed, the director's cut? It's a completely different film on whatever Clive Barker truly... I have, Dirk Jason. I'll be honest with you. I prefer the theatrical cut as opposed to the director's cut. I think the theatrical cut's more of a horror film, and I like that. So I'm actually a bigger fan of the theater cut. You watched Once Bitten earlier. That's a funny little vampire flick. Scream 22 is better than Halloween Kills. I'd probably have to agree with that. Although I'd have to rewatch it a couple more times. But you know what? I love Scream. Oh, it's cold in the UK? Damn. I hear you, Savoy. Hey, watching some TCM extra features to finish my Texas Chainsaw binge before the new ones comes out. You looking forward to it? I am. Thank you for asking about Texas Chainsaw. I actually really am because my affinity for the Texas Chainsaw films is just getting bigger and bigger. I'm looking at my posters right now for the film, and I'm just over the moon excited about it. I'm really excited for Texas Chainsaw. I love Leatherface. I've got a big, beautiful Part 3 poster right there. I'm all about it right now. I'm ready to see Leatherface whip some ass. You know. Chad says, watched The Power on Shudder last night. Great new horror. I'll have to check that out. Thank you. I give 5 Cream a 6 out of 10 and rank it 4th in the franchise. Very cool. I think I have it at number 3. It could go up to number 2. I would say 1, 2, 5, 4, 3. Maybe 3 and 4 could go back and forth. I'm not really a big fan of either of those anymore, but 5 is number 3 at the very least at this point for me. So, but very cool, Dark Jason. Thoughts on Pet Sematary? Love Pet Sematary. I think it's a classic. I think it's a movie that's really deep with some hard scenes, like the funeral stuff is just brutal stuff. So, you were referring to the stolen movie. I love I See You. Then, yeah, I think that movie. I knew that movie under another title, but I forgot what it was called at this moment. But I do like that movie, Total Meltdown. I think it's actually a damn good little movie. Thoughts on The Hills Have Eyes, original and remake? Love them both to death. I don't know which one I would prefer. I think the original is just such a gritty, great 70s horror film, but I also think the remake is one of the better remakes. So I might actually go remake on this one. So, yeah. Love them both. I might actually have to give the remake a little bit of a bump on that one, Davis. So. Physical Media Agent says, what is Nightmare's legacy? What's Nightmare legacy? Are you asking me what is the Nightmare on Elm Street legacy? Or are you asking about just reiterate what you're asking me right there? That way I can answer you a little bit better, Physical Media Agent. CHH, I rewatched Scream last night and never wondered why did Billy kill everyone after he killed Maureen? That was his target and the origin of his rage. Why go after Casey and Sydney? I think he was deranged. I think he enjoyed what he did, Apollo. I think he enjoyed it, and I think it wasn't enough. I think he lost it, Apollo. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of it. Good question though, Apollo. Jason says, I love Pet Sematary 89. I'm thinking of getting Pet Sematary 2 from Scream Factory. Never seen it. Do you recommend for a fan of the original? I love Pet Sematary 2. It's more of a lesser serious film. It's more of an entertainment popcorn flick. But it's actually a really charming little sequel that doesn't try to be the first movie over again, but have its own little flavor and feel. It's got some interesting twists and turns in the movie. I think it's really fun and entertaining, and I think you'll enjoy it. Edward Furlong is very good in the movie. It's got a good cast. I definitely recommend that release, Jason. I have it, Pet Sematary 2 Scream Factory. It's a good release. I totally recommend it. I think you'll enjoy it. Great little 90s feel. Harshbox Productions says New Elm Street should have Robert as Freddy, but it's him finding a new body and transfers his I think you mean soul, right? Soul into a new one, so it's the same Freddy but within a new body with a new actor. Interesting concept. I don't think that could be out of the question totally. Not a bad concept. Sean Dubs, what's up, man? How you doing, Sean? Any thoughts on Sleepwalkers? Jonathan Sanko asks. Sleepwalkers is fine. I think it's a fun little film. Mick Garris directed, Stephen King film. I think it's entertaining. I think it's a modest rental style little horror film that's very entertaining, and it's got one of the ladies from Twin Peaks in it, which is nice. I like her in the movie. I think it's fine. I think it's fun. It's a harmless little fun little movie. I like Sleepwalkers. Did I manage to get Severance Night of the Demons? I did, Sean. I have it. I have to review it still, but I do have it. Been watching a lot of TV shows lately, so I gotta get up on that. Quentin saw Scream 5. That's really good. I sometimes feel like the only person in the world that watches credits. Do you think most horror fans do? I probably not. I think it depends. Maybe give me a reason to watch a credit scene. Like Halloween Kills had the Ghost song Hunter's Moon in it, which was awesome, especially because of the fact that it was a movie version of the song. So that was cool. But I don't think too often people watch credits. Usually that's when I mean, I don't. I'm pretty quick at exiting the disc or whatever, walking out the theater when that happens. Oh, Dirk's gonna meet everybody from Scream. I'll probably be at Texas Fright Man this year. Have you ever covered Love Transfusion? I have. It's on my Patreon, Total Meltdown 2. I'm feeling kind of weak. I need a love transfusion. I love that song. Iggy Pop, love it. It's on my Patreon. My father got me into horror with Cronenberg's The Fly on VHS in the early 90s. The other two staples and other were we watched all the time was RoboCop, Aliens, and Predator. RoboCop is top 10 of my favorite films of all time. That's awesome. The Fly, I think, is the greatest horror remake ever. I love The Fly, Aliens, and Predator. I mean, what can you say? Those are great gateway movies, Claudio. That's awesome. That's awesome. What do you think will be the next franchise to get a reboot? Oh, that's a fantastic question. What do I think is the next franchise to get a reboot? I don't know. I think possibly we could be looking at something like Phantasm one day. Maybe Reanimator could get remade. What else is there? Maybe Saw one day will get remade, just start all over again. Who knows? Unless they just keep the sequels going. I don't know. It's weird. We're in this weird utopia of the requels where it reboots a franchise, but it's still a sequel in a sense. So I think that's kind of what we're looking at now. Maybe remakes are going to be a thing in the past, and we're going to be doing these requels in the future. Who knows? I mean, that seems to be the way things are going. That's what Scream was talking about. So, what's up, Real Fifth Beetle? Yeah, Mike, I got a gig tonight with the band. My wife is just doing her thing for a little bit, so I figured, just come hang out, talk with y'all for a little while. Thoughts on The Lost Boys? Good film. Not my favorite ever. Good film. It's not my favorite vampire film, but it's fine. Great soundtrack, though. The soundtrack's undeniable for The Lost Boys. I think the soundtrack for The Lost Boys is an absolute 10 out of 10. Absolute 10 out of 10. I need that on vinyl, quite frankly. Thoughts on People Under the Stairs? I reviewed that not long ago. Love that movie. Love, love, love People Under the Stairs. I think it's a Wes Craven classic. So, Christian, I adore your videos and get genuinely excited when I get a notification that you uploaded a new video. Oh, thank you, Andy. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. Do you think Billy Loomis' ghost should have been used as someone torturing Ghostface, like, hey, idiot, you're doing it wrong, or run a scene where Billy Loomis' ghost shows up and says, go the other way? Not necessarily. I think what they did was fine. I saw that Billy Loomis thing as kind of like a Pet Cemetery thing where he was the angel to his daughter trying to help her as some kind of anti-hero. I liked what they did, quite frankly, Bobby. I actually really like what they did. This old mic is better and louder in your videos, not the Shure one. Well, I'm still getting it set up nuclear. The last couple of videos, I've compressed it and got it situated. They're both really good mics. I love my RE20. This is a great classic radio microphone. But I go back and forth. What are your thoughts on Dr. Sleep? It's fine. I never find myself wanting to rewatch it too much, but it's fine. I mean, The Shining is one of the greatest horror films ever. What are your thoughts on Doctor? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm torn between which is a better remake, Hills Have Eyes or Evil Dead. That's a great question. I would probably say Evil Dead, Dirk. Probably. Billy looked weird in Scream 5. No attempt at de-aging him. I thought he kind of looked de-aged. I mean, granted, Mike, I've only seen the film once. I'd have to watch it again to get a better bird's eye view, but I didn't remember him looking that old. So I think Nick actually said they actually did de-age him. But I guess you're saying you didn't think he looked that young. I'd have to watch it again, Mike. Maybe you're right. I'd have to see it again. I've only seen it that one time in the theater. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the theater, Mike. I'm sure I'll get the Blu-ray of it, but what straight-to-streaming movies do you wish got a physical release? I want a Fear Street trilogy official release. Oh, that's a fantastic question. Which straight-to-streaming movies do I think? Probably The Ritual, which I think actually did get a DVD that I think I even own, but I wish it would have got a great release. I can tell you this, Ben Grimm. I really hope that this new Texas Chainsaw movie gets a physical release. I think it's possible because it is not a Netflix original. It's just debuting on Netflix, Ben. But I do hope we get something there, physical. I would hate to not be able to own a Texas Chainsaw movie, whether you like it or not. I think it's a Texas Chainsaw film. You want to own it. Do you believe in ghosts? DJ Donnelly asked. That's a great question. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I don't mess around with messing with demons or Ouija boards, and I respect that element of the unknown. So I think it's possible. I don't know. Edward Furlong ruled in Detroit Rock City. Great movie. Great movie. What's up, Francis Chainsaw Grimp? Looping back around to Nightmare, I would really love to see a Freddy vs. Jason sequel, a new Nightmare and Friday sequel in one. kind of surprised that never happened, to be honest with you. Jose says, "Morning, Christian. What's going on? What's in your watch list thing?" Well, I've got the Thing on today. It's my ritual. Whenever my band plays a show during the day, I try to watch the Thing. So I've got that going on right now. I've got my Scream Factory Steelbook release in right now, which is a 4K Blu-ray. Looks fantastic. I don't know. I'm about to start a show called Ozark tomorrow. I finished Game of Thrones last night, finally. Quite frankly, I'm ready for that to be over with. My wife wanted me to watch it, and I just struggled through it. There were some good moments, but the Army of the Dead was actually great because that was like, zombies and stuff. That was actually cool. But finishing the Thing, got the Thing going on right now. I might put on some Puppet Master later, some Friday. I might put on some Halloween, actually. Just some relaxing stuff to let me get dressed, get the house cleaned up before I got to get going. But just some classic horror stuff. Put some stuff on, maybe the Blob later on before I got to go, that kind of thing. Wow, a Louisiana Cubs fan. Kevin, I'm a big Chicago fan in general. I'm a big Bears fan. I grew up a Bears fan. I grew up a Cubs fan, not a White Sox fan, but a Cubs fan. Blackhawks. I like what I like. I met Furlong at an autograph session. He was not healthy, and it was only 10 a.m. Kind of said, "Well, Ben, I think he's sober now." When was this? When did you see him? You got the Candyman 3 Vestron. Very nice. I watched Inseminoid a few days back and found it very enjoyable. What do you think of it? Yeah, I got that on Scream Factory, I think. I remember liking Inseminoid. Yeah. I like that a lot. Watch a truly disturbing documentary called Hell House from 01. Where do you watch it, Strangelove? Let me know. That way I can check it out. That sounds great. Scream 5 was pretty great, but brutal as F. I'm going to put it on number 4. Well, I loved the brutality. Any thoughts on the Frighteners? That's a great question. The Frighteners is probably my favorite movie from 1996. I think that's a brilliant horror comedy. Brilliant. Michael Fox is fantastic in that. I need that movie to get a 4K. That's one movie I would love to see as pristine as possible. The Frighteners, I think, is a masterpiece. Love it. Hell House is free to watch on YouTube from Truly Disturbing. Okay, well, awesome. Thank you. Where is Tommy McDaniel? And is there any chance he might make a return to the channel? Kalen, I'd love for Tommy. I talked to Tommy a few days ago, and he said he's about ready. So he was thinking about it the other day. So I'm waiting on him. Good afternoon, Christian. Hello. How you doing, Jamie? Good to see you. You'll be at Texas Frightmare this year. Very nice, Ben. What's up, Popeye? What's up, Christian? And my Green Bay Packers will win tonight. Well, there you go. Hope they do for your sake. Has anyone ever tried to remake The Exorcist and The Shining? They'll be held to pay. Well, Marco, I think Blumhouse is doing The Exorcist. They're doing something with The Exorcist. So, CHH supporting the Cubbies. Love my Cubbies. I sincerely hope Phantasm never gets a reboot. You cannot ever replace Angus Scrimm. I love Angus Scrimm. I love Angus. He's the best part about Phantasm, quite frankly. So, I would totally agree with that. Where are we at? Go Braves. Requels is the worst trend in movies. I don't think any requel movie is good. Oh, I think we're going to be in that for a while, hard films. Hang in there. Lost Boys soundtrack was the first soundtrack I ever bought. That's a great one. Thoughts on the Blob 88? Blob 88 is fantastic. I think that movie was way better than it had any business being. So just for that, I got to give the Blob credit. I think it's awesome. Do you have any Swedish movies? I may, Maureen, but off memory, I can't think of any. Go Bills. Would you rather see at last the mythical director's cut of Event Horizon or getting in HD Freddy's Nightmare Show on Blu-ray? Well, I don't think that's possible, Claudio, because Freddy's Nightmares wasn't shot in a way that could be upscaled to HD. It was it was a television show shot in standard definition. So I don't think that's possible. So I'd have to go with the director's cut. Now, if I had a magic wand and I could somehow turn that Freddy's Nightmares footage into HD, yeah. And if that's what you're asking, Claudio, then yeah, totally I'd win Freddy's Nightmares. Needs the Ritual and Blue. Yeah, the Ritual was great. Thoughts on the Wolfman? Which one? The 2010 one, Jonathan, or the original, or what are we talking about? Oh, thank you, Dirk. $5 super chat. Glad I found your channel. I'm glad you found it too, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Good call on the Texas Chainsaw getting a DVD Blu-ray release. I'd be well up for that. I have a feeling it'll probably happen, but you know, Ozark's pretty good. That's what I hear. Watched The Thing last night. Snowstorm in North Carolina. Yeah, my brother was showing me pictures. Have you watched the YouTube channel? Quite frankly, I don't think I have. What's up, Sean Senior? Ben Grimm says I'd want the new Paranormal Activity next of Kin on Blue. That's coming, Ben. That's coming. I've already seen the announcement for that, so don't worry, that's coming. What's up, Norn Rad? What's up, man? How you doing? I have that Leatherface pillow. Got a bunch of stuff from Creepy Company. Don't like Army of the Dead's runtime and the whole Queen King zombie telepathy thing threw me off. Jamie says The Frighteners is highly underrated. It's a great movie. It's such a good movie. Well, Ben Grimm, I saw Edward on a podcast saying he was sober, so hopefully he is, you know. Any thoughts on the Conjuring series? Conjuring series is fine. I think that Annabelle Creation is my favorite. No, excuse me, Annabelle Creations. That's the prequel, right? Whatever that one is the best. Bobby likes Puppet Master 2 the most. Shane Rose, hey, what's up, Christian? Are you more excited or nervous about Netflix Chainsaw Massacre or Hulu Razor? That's funny. What's up, Shane? Good to see you here. I'm more excited for Texas Chainsaw, but I'm also more nervous about Texas Chainsaw. Because I feel there's more at stake for me personally, being a big Texas Chainsaw fan. But I think that this Hellraiser thing's actually going to be surprising to people. I think it's going to be. Christian, I watched the Shout Factory Collector's Edition of Nothing But Trouble. One word, Bone Stripper. Love that movie. The Bone Stripper is just amazing. The Blob 88 needs more credit. It's truly fantastic and has excellent special effects. Oh, it's a masterpiece. I know that it's got a lot of fans now. A lot of people tell me that's their favorite The movie, you know. The original is good with Steve McQueen, freak. I'd love to see a You Need a podcast where you and Nick have an 80s versus 70s horror movie tournament. You pick a movie, Nick picks one, neither knowing which one is either going to pick to see who wins. It sounds great to me, Jason. Great idea. Thoughts on Death Note? I don't think I've seen Death Note, Jonathan. Have you watched any of the Lucifer Valentine's films? Maybe Steven, if that's the director or the filmmaker, I may not know. Apollo says, are you a Meatloaf fan? What a loss for rock and roll. Oh, I was so sad to hear that. I was so sad. I have Bad Out of Hell on vinyl. I would listen to it religiously. It's just truly devastating. I mean, 2022 January has been pitiful. Bob Saget. We lost Betty White, which really hurt. Betty White really hurt me because there was something so motivating about seeing somebody live that long and still be full of life the way Betty was. That really broke me. I was really upset about Betty. I love Betty White so much. So, but she did it. I wanted to see her make it to 100 and still be so, you know, jovial and so genial at her age and cognate. She had so much cognition still. It was so motivating to see. It was sad that we lost her. 3 times yesterday I had to Google her name just to see that thing pop up and brought me to tears, quite frankly. I love Betty. Just love Betty. Have you ever seen The Outsider, an HBO Stephen King adaptation? I highly recommend it. Yeah, I saw that. I have that on Blu-ray. I'm a big Jason Bateman fan, so he was the reason I wanted to see it too. Those first few episodes were breathtaking. Do you ever get scared of your bus or life-size things just standing in the corner that maybe you forgot were there? Not anymore, Ethan. Maybe when I first got that Michael Myers animatronic, which I still have though all those, maybe a little, but not anymore. Rams taking on the Bucks. Would you be curious to see the original cut of Back to the Future with Eric Stoltz? Well, I've seen the footage, DJ. They cut him off after a certain while, but I've seen some of the diner footage and stuff like that. It's not bad. I just don't think it's what they wanted. Michael Fox is obviously a brilliant guy that understood the comedic timing and a little bit of that slapstick that they were looking for. But I love Eric Stoltz. I think he's awesome. The Wolfman 2010. It's okay, Jonathan. I saw it in theaters. I'd have to revisit it again. I don't remember being blown away, but I don't remember disliking it either. The new Texas Chainsaw movie was filmed in Bulgaria, I'm pretty sure. Why does Fede Alvarez decide these weird locations when he's either producing or directing? Well, Brooke, the 2017 one was filmed in Bulgaria too, and the reason movies get filmed in Bulgaria is because they have landscapes that can be that could pass off as landscapes in America, and it's also very cheap. It's cheap to film there. It's not necessarily a director's choice, but sometimes that kind of stuff is dictated from producers. Nick actually taught me that the Halloween Returns movie, which was script was purchased, the script was getting ready to be produced, filming was getting ready to start. The producer said, "We're going to film this movie in Bulgaria," and Malik Akkad at the last minute said, "You know what? No, we're not doing this. I'm not filming Halloween's got to be filmed in America. I can't do it out there." So a lot of films get filmed out there in Bulgaria. They have some architectural and landscapes that could be passed off as countryside in America. So I don't know, and I don't know that Fede would have wanted that, or I don't know exactly who. I just know that a lot of films get produced over there. Excuse me. Yeah, The Outsider was good. I have seen Resurrection. Good movie, Total Meltdown. I am too, Selmer. I am too. We did lose Michael Apollo. I saw that. Which Invasion of the Body Snatchers did you like? 56, 78, or 93? I need to see the 93 one, but I do like both the original remake. I would probably give the edge to the remake from 78. I thought that's a great one. Any thoughts on Unfriended? Unfriended is awesome. I love the Dark Web sequel too. Love those movies. I saw that, Francis. I saw that. Give a shout out to Dead Pit and Born to Be Red. They are how I found your channel. That's awesome. Good guys. Any thoughts on It Follows? It Follows is awesome. I love that movie. Whether that movie is a metaphor for AIDS or any kind of sexual disease, whatever they were going for, I don't know. I see debate on that all the time. I just think it's a very entertaining film, and I love the soundtrack. So loved It Follows. Loved it. What are your thoughts on the Halloween 6, the producer's cut? Love it. Love it. Halloween 6, one of my favorites. We'll see. Freak 4. I'm excited for it. Thoughts on Doom? I religiously played that on Super Nintendo as a kid. I loved the Rock movie when that came out, even though it's bad by just regular standards of movies. But I bought that Doom sequel that came out a few years ago just because I couldn't help myself. Love Class of '84. I watched Lake Placid in honor of Betty White. I loved it when she called the cop officer F meat. She was an extra. She was. I love Betty White. I love Betty White in Lake Placid. Wise Blood, directed by John Huston from '79. If you have not seen it, change that immediately. Criterion released that on DVD, but it's also free on YouTube. Okay, thank you. What's something simple from a horror film that scares you? Mine is the mother walking past the window in Psycho. Probably in Exorcist 3, the white clothed nurse person with the big sheer scissor thing that great shot. Thoughts on the Maniac Cop series? Love it. Love Maniac Cop. Favorite Dario Argento movie? I mean, Suspiria's the GOAT. If it's not zombie, I'd say either zombie or Suspiria. Probably one of the greatest Italian horror movies I've ever seen. I'd safe answer Suspiria, but I'm a big fan of Phenomena as well. So either one of those two. Final Destination series from the ones I've seen, I've loved all of them. Really like the first three. I haven't seen the sequels in a very long time. No Love for the Invasion with Nicole Kidman and Damon Craig. Don't think I've seen that, Brandon. I have seen Titane, Francis, and it's the real deal. It's the real deal. Amazing film. I thought that Betty White's Sue Ann Nivens was better than Rose on Golden Girls. My opinion is not the popular one, though. Christian, I've not seen the Maniac Cop series. I've only heard of it. Should I see them all? You should definitely see Maniac Cop 1, 2, and 3. Definitely. Would you rather see Brad Dourif as the Joker or the Riddler? I've seen enough of the Joker. Give me anybody else playing the Riddler. Did you ever see The Midnight Hour from 1986? Great made-for-TV movie I grew up on. Wish it would get a Blu-ray release. Midnight Hour. I don't think I have. That sounds very familiar, though. That sounds very familiar, but I don't think I have. Or have I seen that? Excuse me. I don't know. I have a couple Phenomena posters I got for free at Old Comic-Con. I'll send you one someday if you have a P.O. box. Oh, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that, Francis. Reach out to me on Instagram. Thoughts on Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse? I've never seen it. I've never seen it. The only Body Snatchers movie I've seen is from 93, and that one creeped me out as a kid. I got to see that one. Thank you very much, Jamie. Appreciate that. You get to live in a fully functioning bunker full of movies and necessities until the zombie apocalypse ends. Do you choose the bunker built in the 70s, 80s, or 90s? I would choose 90s. That way I can enjoy. I'm assuming it'll be if it's a bunker from the 90s, that would mean I could have a bunch of movies from the 70s and 80s. Or is that cheating, Ethan? You tell me. I would still probably pick the 90s for aesthetic. Maybe the 80s. If it's the mid to late 80s. Titane is my favorite movie, but that Titane was the real deal. I never reviewed that. I probably should have, but Joe Man will probably overload him with Scream questions. I have to check your stream review, but do you think they should make another one? Yeah, I think they should make another one because I had fun. I like this one, so why not go see another one? You know what I mean? You know, Fright Night 2, 1988 needs a Scream Factory release. Love that film. I've got the Spanish Blue, but I hear you. Love Fright Night 2. The Entity is amazing. The Entity is one of the greatest films from the 80s. Strange Love. I love The Entity. I know it's more comedy, but do you like Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox? It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Also, the Ultimate 80s Remake trilogy is The Thing, The Fly, and The Blob. Teen Wolf is one of my favorite movies ever. I love Michael Fox's Teen Wolf. I love the soundtrack to that movie, too. Love Teen Wolf. Masterpiece. Let's see. I meant to say you're probably overloaded with Scream question. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm fine. I'm totally fine for another one. Zombies eat brains because they're in pain and it stops the pain. I'm glad to know why they eat brains. Something about endorphins is like the rationale that I think somebody on the Return of Living Dead documentary said. Like, there's endorphins in the brain, so if they eat the brains, they get the endorphins. And endorphins are like chemicals that make your body feel good. I don't know. Oh man, The Entity is messed up. The Entity is just damn good. The Entity is so good. You know, top 3 VHS covers. Oh man. Subspecies is great. I would also say Halloween 3. I just love the art for Halloween 3, and I love the original VHS for that. And Ghoulies 2. How about that? How about Ghoulies 2? How about that for 3 awesome VHS covers? I also like that Halloween 4 where it's the shot of Michael Myers in the mirror and you see the reflection behind the reflection behind the reflection behind the reflection. Yeah. Best twist you best twist you ever saw in a movie? I thought The Lodge had a great twist. I thought The Lodge was really good. Vince Russo saved wrestling in the 90s. I agree there. Thoughts on the Resident Evil series? You know, I bought a Blu-ray of like the box set of those not long ago, and I think they're okay. I'm enjoying. So the first 2 so far. I thought they were fine. So, you know, I love Ghoulies 2. Ghoulies 2 is a great cover. So, all right, guys, if you have any last minute questions, anything you want to talk about, go ahead and ask now. We're gonna start wrapping it up. This was fun. Got to enjoy a little evening with friends. So, I'm all ears. Any last questions, guys? Watching The Thing on my Scream Factory 4K Steelbook release, 4K Blu-ray Steelbook release. I have not seen that, Dr. Strangelove. Yeah, the Lodge was messed up. The Lodge was great. Oh. Man, I love The Thing. It's such a good movie. So, am I excited for Halloween Ends? Sure, I'm excited. Another Halloween movie. Sounds good to me. Thank you, Paul Edwards. Appreciate that. New watcher. Cheers. Cheers. No, Shane, I haven't seen it, but anything Ty West, I'm ready for. I love Rose Red, and I'm pretty sure Needful Things has a Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure it does. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it does. Oh, thank you so much, John Kyle. It says, feel better, my friend. Stay away from those Bayou doctors. You know what, man? I'm doing better. I'm at the low end of high where I'm feeling good. I'm not great, but I'm there. I'm there. So I got nothing to complain about. Thank you so much, John, for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate that. Hope you have a good day, good sir. I appreciate you and everything you do, buddy. Feel like a friend, my dude. Well, Jose, we are friends. Cheers, buddy. Cheers. All right, guys. Y'all are awesome. I love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little while today. Have a great Saturday. Do your thing. Watch some great films. Have a good time. Hey, Lopke, I see you right there. Catch the stream on replay, man. We just talked about a lot of horror stuff. So, yeah. Better than the high end of low. Feel better. Yeah, that's a great Manson album, too. Great Manson album. All right, guys. I love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. See y'all next time.